baby. Alright, welcome back to The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses Anime Review, episode number 8. Reviewing the 8th episode of the series, The Shy Hero and the Witch of Hypnosis. Well, in the case of basically Monet, where she basically is firing at Goa and Celia, where Tim is at his hideout, and Celia blocks it with her power, where she then proceeds to fly the castle herself to fight Monet, and Goa just tells the kid, here's some smoke bombs, and supposed to see when that, well, I'm going to go to the castle. And she does this because basically Celia's crystal ball smashes. It basically breaks in half. Also, she's like, oh look, here's the minister. And then she throws a knife at him and is like, oh, job done. Nope, turns out that was not the minister. And it turns out what this person is not even human. Nope, it's a freaking succubus. And according to Zio, she's the succubus princess Yole. Which I'm like, really? Now, I'm not surprised that she would know who the heck this person is, because she probably would, because I think maybe that she probably knew her because by reputation. I don't think they met her before. I can tell the way the anime presents, it seems like they know each other by reputation, but not, and probably they've probably seen each other kind of in distance, but they never actually physically met before. So, oh yeah, you're behind this, and her whole thing is like, I want to create a love nest. So then, of course, you have Tato breaks out of a cell with this basically the unaffected, of course. They go to room avoiding the guards to make sure nothing happens to them. But we still get affected too. Then he goes into the grand chamber on the 3rd floor, which apparently what his minister is. And like, oh look, he's like, oh, I'm on. And Cecile, you're fine. And they're like, are you doing? Who's responsible? Like, who are you? Are you supposed to be responsible for it? He doesn't ask her name. He just assumes because, oh, now the thing is, does he know about succubus? I don't know if he does. Because that's the weird thing. He's got a reaction. Maybe he kind of knows what succubus is. But it's like, he doesn't ask. Tato doesn't ask, like, what the heck are you? Because he can clearly tell by looking at her she's not human because of the wings. I mean, it's probably something demonic about her, yes. But he doesn't speak anything. It's more Goa's show. Of course, she comes in, of course, basically because Tato is basically immobilized by Yuri's spell. And then you have Celia and Monet, where she's basically, they're like hugging him, but she doesn't move. And then they go after Goa, who proceeds to override their hypnosis. And Yuri's like just throwing various attacks at Tato, which does nothing to him. First, a slash attack with her claws, nothing. Multi-magic attacks, nothing. Beast form. Tatsu breaks the control and punches a hole right into the damn thing. And then, of course, because, oh yeah, overall, like, her time, like, oh, it's perfectly fine. And she's able to slip out of the beast form, back to her regular form, where Goa proceeds to kick her head off. Presumably. Or at least squish her head, because all we see is blood. We don't see how her body is. And apparently her blood is purple. So everything is all fixed. They get rid of the banners, and they have a celebratory dinner. And there's a joke basically that Amon and Cecilia might be in love with Tato, but then of course they want to change the subject by hugging him and basically this is a way to knock him unconscious. Yep. Like, wow, that hasn't happened in a while. But probably because it hasn't happened since like 2 episodes ago, because I finally remember the fact you can do this. And like, everybody's memories, the thing in the course is just, oh, let's go to this next town adventurers. But I want to stop there before we'll make a stop at a fishing town. They was like, fish, I want to go fishing. They're like, okay, interesting. And next week's episode, from the preview, it looks like it's a beach episode. Which means we can see the girls in bikinis. I'm like, yay! I always love beach episodes. I think they're awesome. I mean, people might not like them per se. like in the case of the one for Bleach, apparently one person had a problem with it because they thought it was a distraction, and some of them might have thought the episode was filler. Fun fact: the beach episode for Bleach is not filler. It's actually canon because it's based on an actual one-shot written by the creator. And sometimes, basically, when anime has beach episodes, usually they're like anime original content. But not all the time. Case closed. When they have its beach episodes, they're actually all canon. One Piece, sometimes the filler depends on basically the context. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen basically where that the story is canon because basically it's from the manga. Yep. Otherwise, a fantastic episode. And we have roughly 8 more to go. This was surprising, the fact this was a 2-parter, because, excuse me, given the fact that all the previous episodes before these 2 episodes were all standalone, this is the first 2-part of this whole series, which was amazing. And look for the next episode to have a new character show up who might be a potential annoyance to the girls. But we'll find about that next week. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up, we have a comment corner, and then it's on to my last new anime of today. And yes, I will be able to watch this. Case closed. Okay, next video. Bye.